Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV, Fan TV for another match preview. We've got a big game tonight up against Arsenal, guys. Lots of team news to get into. We've got the players, we've got the team lineup as well. We've got a bit of transfer news. We've got a bit of everything going on, really. We've got a bit of everything going on today, guys. What I need you to do at the moment is smash a like, share it out, run it up. We are missing key players, which we'll be getting into it in a point as well. It is a big match. Arsenal, in theory, have to win. Can't be points. They have to go and get the W. And when you look at the players that we're missing, you may look at it and say Arsenal's advantage. We're going to get into that. But yeah, keep tapping the screens, guys. Share it out. Get the likes up, and let's cue that intro. GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for another show. 1 second. Let me sort this. Let me sort this VPN out. It's not usually this bad, guys. 2 seconds. I can see it's a bit low at the moment. Let me just quickly. Let me try and see if I can improve this. Let me try and see if I can improve this. Don't know why it's so low, to be honest. It's quite annoying. Ashley, man. Ashley, sorry, bro. I'm trying to get it sorted. All right, guys, 2 seconds. Stay there, right? Let me just quickly see if I can quickly sort out the connection. Right. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it will be all right. It's a little bit, it's just, I can't do much about it at the moment, guys. I really can't do much about it. We're going to have to try and see how we get on at the moment. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see how it is. Let me see how it is. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the likes if you can. Get the likes up if possible. I'm just going to check and see how the camera is. Sorry if it's a little bit. It's not the camera, it's the Wi-Fi. Jeez. That is bad, isn't it? That is bad. I don't know why it's doing that. All right. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not going to lie. It's not usually this bad. It's not usually this bad. 1 second. I'm going to have to reconnect my thing. Let me try and sort this. Right. I'm hoping. I've just reset the Wi-Fi. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm going to have to get on with it. Hopefully, it will sort itself out eventually. I can't do anything about it. I don't know why it's doing that. Chelsea fans say Arsenal have to win. Some pressure on your own club. I thought you lot was a big club in London. Well, we are doing coming in London. But you have to win because you ain't won fuck all. You need to show us. You need to show us. We don't need to show you. You need to show us, brother. You need to show us. That's for sure. Guys, do me a favor. Keep sharing it out. I'm going to put up some stuff that we're going to be getting into today, guys, as well. Big game tonight. Arsenal versus Chelsea as well. Lots to get into. Just remember, yeah? Just remember, mind the gap. Mind the gap skills. Why is it so bad today? Mind the gap, mate. That's what I'm going to say to you. Mind the gap. Yeah? You show me. Show me. Show me your European trophies. Come on. You're even below West Ham. You're even below West Ham, brother. Like, seriously. You got even below West Ham. Oh my goodness, I don't know what's going on today. I can't seem to get this sorted. Conference League, you know. Do you know what I mean? Conference League. Do you know what though? Guess what? Every time I've gone into Europa Leagues, we have a 100% record, unlike you, bro. You don't even have that record. You don't even have that record. To know if Cole Palmer is definitely out. Well, we've been told by Fabrizio Romano that Cole Palmer is definitely out. Well, he's supposedly out. He's due to illness. We've also got news on Malo Gusto as well, which we'll be getting into as well. Yeah, guys, do me a favor, keep tapping it if you can. Let's get the likes up. Let's try and get these likes up, and then with the likes, it should hopefully open up to. We're in a nightmare today. I'm actually having a nightmare today. Should open up to letting other people know that we are currently live as well. Johnny Mourinho says crashed your stream because you have lowered the standards. You joker. You joker. Can you not see me and hear me? Can you not see me and hear me right now? Can you not see me or hear me, guys? Is this a problem? I think I'm going to have a problem here. Hopefully it'll sort itself out. Anyway, if it gets bad and you can't hear me, then fine. But just let me know, guys. Just let me know. Right, let's get into some bits and bobs. We're going to start with some transfer news anyway. And we're going to start with Thiago Silva, guys. There's news around Thiago Silva leaving the football club. Looks all right there. Looks right there. Thiago Silva will leave Chelsea as free agent at the end of the season. The decision has been made to be confirmed soon. He rejected proposals in January to stay at and help Chelsea until the end. Thiago has Fluminense interest since a long time, but keeping all options open. Well, it's been confirmed that this guy here, a legend of our team, a man that's won the European trophies that he couldn't do at PSG, could be leaving this football club and moving on. And you know what? You know, fair play to him coming over to this football club at such a late age to be able to keep him keep himself in the shape that he kept himself in, leading this team, playing over the games that he should have been, expected games that he should have been. Ashraf, big up. We're getting cooked, bro. Apparently, Seagull merchants want Cole Palmer for last summer. That's mad. Palmer is ill. We are screwed. Big up JP. Good to see you. We can hear you fine. That's good. Now, all right, cool. Thiago's a legend to our club as well. Listen, what a player. What a player, guys. What a server. Everything, man. He served this team unbelievably. And I expect him to probably play tonight. I know he only played not long ago as well, but I do expect him to potentially play, you know. It is heartbreaking. Ella's in the building as well. Big up Ella. It is heartbreaking that he's going to leave. Ultimately, with this, there's talks about the potentials of maybe, and I read something earlier on about Thiago Silva. I'll see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Thiago Silva. Guys, if you can, keep smashing the likes for me, man. I'd appreciate it. That's going to help us. That's going to help us massively. Thiago Silva doing the season why is a legend. I don't care. So anyone says Chelsea, Thiago Silva is Chelsea legend. No, I can't find it. Can't find it. But you know, it's sad. It's sad. But ultimately, what's he won at this football club? He's won trophies. European trophies, Super Cup, Club World Cup, and Champions League. And you know, we need to look past him anyway. We need these defenders that we brought in to step up. You know, oh, Thiago Silva. We need these young players to step up. You know, we've been unlucky with Fofana. Colwell's been injured most of the season. Someone that Chelsea fans rate highly and say is going to come and be the next, next role model of this club for the next upcoming years. Badiashile and Disasi are two players that I still feel need to find form and find consistency and, show this club that they want to be here as well. This is another part of it. I don't know, I think there's a lot that needs to be done. Sell Disaster and Badiashile and keep Chalobah and Chalobah, I would keep Chalobah. I think we're going to sell him. But I would keep Chalobah personally. He's a player that anyone who plays football should aspire to portray. I do when I play. There you go, Ella. He's a leader. He's a role model. He's unbelievable. Just an unbelievable person as well. Like, it's just I felt very sad. Even though I wasn't shocked that we lost against Man City, I felt very sad for the loss against Man City and seeing him in that much tears. Like, I actually forgot in game that was his last competition for the club. Like, in theory, I wish we would just won the FA Cup for him. Like, I forgot completely that he was going, So it's a shame, but we do need to look past him. And looking past him means that we need new centre-backs to step up. But in other news, anyway, we go to this, and I saw this, and I was like, I've got to bring this up quickly. Pochettino on Romelu Lukaku's loan expiring in June. He's a Chelsea player, so for sure, we will pay attention. It's an option. But still, we did not take any decision about Lukaku, he added. Well, let me make this easier for you. Let me make this 100% easy for you, Pochettino and Bowley and everyone else. I know you're probably not listening to this, but you take his contract, yeah? You rip it, you throw it in the bin, you find a club that want him, you sell him. It doesn't matter what we sell him for, you just sell him. I don't care if people go, yeah, but he's a striker and he scored goals. No. This guy cost us £100 million. 100 million and produced that disaster class. Yeah, he scored 14 or 15 goals in all competitions, but the amount of crap that we had to go through because of this guy's ego, I don't want it. And top of that, his profile does not suit Chelsea Football Club. I don't get how many times I've got to say this to people. When I was arguing with everyone about this guy, this is before. Who remembers the Haaland and Lukaku debate? Oh, we're going to get Haaland, and we wasted 2-3 months trying to finesse Haaland and pay stupid amounts to try and get him to us, which didn't end up doing. And then there was Lukaku brought into the mix. And Lukaku, top goal scorer in European football, just won the league with Inter Milan. This is the man. And all the Chelsea fans got excited. Yes, bring him home. Bring him home. It's his dream. Putting videos up of him walking along Stamford Bridge, looking around like, whatever. Like, getting excited about this guy. Yeah. And I was probably one of the small minority of Chelsea fans that was going in lives and literally arguing out about this guy. And I kept saying, yes, he's a goal scorer. I'm not saying he's crap. However, bringing him back into our club under Thomas Tuchel at that time made no sense. Because his profile never fitted what we had. What we needed from a striker in a Tuchel team was one a bit like what he's got now, Harry Kane. Someone that works, has the overall all-round abilities. This guy can't hold the ball up properly. His touch is awful. Yeah, he disappears in games because he just walks around. His work rate's crap. His reading in the box is pretty poor. Just stands there and wait and goes like this. Why the hell am I going to want this back? Why? Why are we even? Why is Poch even looking at? I know he has to say this, but he can't be an option for me. You know what I mean? Get rid of Lukaku ASAP. We won't need exactly. Get rid of Lukaku, Chilwell, and see what James' return is like, and potentially catch it on him too. I think we have to wait with James though, Ashley, on that one. Lukaku is lazy as you know what. I agree. And I remember one game, right? It was nearly 30 minutes of the first half. He had one touch the whole game. One touch. Like one touch of the ball the whole game. Like, even if you're not doing much in the game, right? As a striker, you still get yourself involved, didn't you? You hold the ball up on your chest, or you make a run down the wing. You go deeper for the ball when you receive the ball and just touch it. This guy touched the ball once in like 30 minutes of playing in a game for Chelsea. Oh, mate, I'll never forget that stat, ever. He don't even like us. That's the thing. Yes, my best. How you doing, bro? You good? No, I mean, do you know what? I'll be quite honest. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Arsenal game in a second. I don't feel hugely confident about it. I don't feel hugely confident about it. I'm not going to lie. Jackson or Lukaku? Jackson. 100% Jackson. Jackson's game actually. Do you know what it is with Jackson? Right? And we're going to talk about him in a minute. Everything else, barring being able to shoot, is great. If he was a clinical finisher, like someone that was good at putting the ball in the back of the net, that 35 million odd pound that we bought him for would be like 100 mil. Because his hold up play, he's carrying on the ball, he's dribbling up. Yeah. All of that's really good. He's releasing the ball, all of it. But the thing that lets him down is when he gets in the box. Have you seen the picture of him on the Chelsea website in this year's kit? His face is so funny. Would you take? Do you know what? Good question. You know, I've not watched enough of this Kakaris guy, but I watched a like a breakdown, and I don't watch YouTube clips of just him scoring goals. I like watching breakdown clips of the strikers, their ability, you know, like their strengths, their weaknesses, what they're good at doing, and then they show you clips of games, and you can see the profile. For me, it's about seeing the profile with strikers. If we're going to sign a striker, I want profile. It has to be a good profile. It can't just be someone that just scores goals for me. It needs someone that fits what we're doing profile-wise. And I think as a Chelsea striker, and you see it with Jackson, I think there's a lot of work that's contained into it. I think you need to be good to be able to hold the ball up. I think you need to be good at being able to carry the ball up the pitch. There's a lot that I think you need to do, you know? Like the video will be on Jim's naughty list. Do you know what I mean? Like he's there's a good player in him. He's just like, I don't know whether he's got that clinical centre forward mindset. Someone that can like make a run, you know, make runs off the ball, the right runs as a centre forward. How to read the game when he's in the box and maybe beat a defender and give himself that inch of space to then score that goal. Like he hasn't got that brain, and I don't think you can just get that brain. I think you have to be that player. I think it's a trait. It's a part of a profile of an individual that's just a part of it. That's my thing with Jackson. I don't know whether he can find that. Exactly, Stephen. Exactly that. Would you take Alexander Isak at Chelsea? Now, I think he's a very good player, and he finishes. He's got the same sort of profile looking as Jackson, and I actually think him and Jackson as a combination could be quite good. Jackson a little bit deeper, Isak more sort of focused in the box, outside the box, dragging wide. I think Isak's a better finisher by a mile. Would I say he's a clinical finisher? No, I wouldn't say he's a clinical finisher. You know, I don't know. You know, I find it very hard with this, and I'm a bit stuck with the striker side. Because people say, "Who do you want?" With Victor Osimhen, I think he will score goals. With him, I think he will score goals. I do. But yes, Calby, how you doing? You good, man? Big up to you, man. Good to see you guys. Keep tapping the likes, please. We're trying to build up our likes again, and then obviously that will help with the views as well, guys. Because the more of that, the more the show gets pushed out. It will grow. We will get it back to where we used to be, but it's just going to take us a bit of time. But we need you guys. I need everyone in here to help us, guys. If you can, keep tapping the likes. It helps. Yeah, it's a hard one because I think he can finish. He can also howly miss goals. But I don't know whether his link-up play and his hold-up play is great. Yeah, he's good at flicking balls on. He's tall, he's direct. But I'm still not sure for 130 million that Victor Osimhen is the right man for the job. Not that I won't have him, you know? So I think there's a lot when it comes to strikers. And we're going to do a lot of transfer window talks, guys. That's going to be the next sort of thing. But looking into the game tonight, guys, I have got some very bad news for you. If you haven't known about the bad news already, bad news is coming right now for you. The bad news is Cole Palmer is unavailable supposedly tonight. It's a good challenge if Palmer is not available versus Arsenal. If I were them, I would be motivated to get them there tomorrow and show that this is Chelsea Football Club and not Cole Palmer Football Club. My issue with tonight's game is not only the fact that we're losing Cole Palmer, so the creativity, the only one that's able to really put the ball in the back of the net consistently in our team. It's the fact that we've lost Malo Gusto as well. Malo Gusto is massive for us right now. He is so important. So important. Because once we don't have him, we have no one. And if we had Reece James on the bench or able to come in, different story. This is the issue. We need one fit, the other maybe if he's injured, and vice versa. We can't be affording to lose two right backs in a big game like tonight, who's probably going to play against Martinelli. And then it's who we're going to play, who's going to fit in that, in that hole. And we're going to end up playing a centre back there. It's going to suck. But equally, staying on with the Cole Palmer thing, it leaves a little bit of an interesting thing because will Chelsea play Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher in the middle tonight? Probably. If Enzo can, because I don't think Enzo's fully ready, guys. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't think he has been for a while. I think he's actually forced into playing with us quite a lot this season. But we haven't got the options and we suffer. And this is part of the reason why we're not seeing the best of our midfield, because we haven't got numbers. We ain't got a Leslie. We haven't got Lavia. We haven't got the rotation as well. We're having to just throw players in and expect them to play world class every game. That's what it feels like at the moment. So he could be playing mind games. And tonight we could see Cole Palmer. There was a picture of, and I'll go to it now, funny enough, of a Cole Palmer in training, but they didn't realise that he would be caught in the background. There is an image. I'll show you. Look. So obviously Nkunku is on his way back. He's training. He's taking his time. He would be amazing to have back in the team. I'll tell you, Nkunku. But I've looked past Nkunku for this season. I want him ready for next season. If we get him in the team and ready and firing and fit and staying fit throughout the season, we will be, I'm telling you now, we will be a better team in front of goal, that's for sure, because he would have scored the chances against Man City. But if you look in the corner here, who's that? Who is that? Who does that look like to you? Because to me, that looks like Cole Palmer. Is that Cole Palmer? Is it not? Can anyone else think who that could be? It could be. That's not Casadei, is it? When was that pick from? Good question. Let's have a look. Nkunku posted this. Swear that's Cole. That was probably yesterday, right? 22nd, yesterday. Nkunku posted this yesterday, and it got turned up. What do people say? Let's read. It's Sharman Lowe. Alfie Gilchrist. See, people are already thinking. So people saying they don't even know if that's Cole Palmer. That does look like Cole Palmer. I'm not going to lie from the back. Could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe Poch is trying to play a bit of a questionable game, Park the bus and see if we can get a point. Yeah, and that probably will be it. Drop Enzo for Carney. If he's fit and he can play, then potentially we might have to do that. Gilchrist. In it, Pelu. Yes, darling. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're well, man. Big up Pelu, man. Yeah, that looks, I think it is Pelu, I'm going to zoom in one more time. That, for me, looks like Cole Palmer. That was yesterday. They said he was ill. Supposedly ill. Why are we doing this, though? I don't get it. Why are we doing this? If he is fit, why are we playing these games? Like, you know what I mean? Is it just to set Arsenal up differently? I don't know. Like, we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out tonight if he's on, if he's available. Anyway, we'll find out, guys. And yeah, that goes on to the second part of what I was saying to you just now, is the fact that Palmer and Gusto are unavailable, which is worrying for me, because you're losing your whole right hand side. Like, we are going to lose our whole right hand side there, because Palmer could have probably played on the right tonight. Let's be serious. It would probably be a 4-3-3 or a bit of what we've done against Man City, 4-2-3-1 with Gallagher in the middle of it now. Yeah, I just don't, again, I don't, like, he hasn't said that Enzo's not available, but will Enzo play when he wasn't really 100%? I don't know, He's the only one with that long ass neck. It's true as well. That is true. Gilchrist has the same haircut. Yeah, but Gilchrist is small. Gilchrist hasn't got lanky legs. He hasn't got lanky legs. But when you talk about two players missing out tonight, two of our most important players, I would say, so far. Gusto and Palmer. If we're going to have any luck of getting any result tonight, you would want them in your team. And we haven't got them, supposedly. Well, Gusto's definitely. Gusto's injured. That's confirmed. Palmer is illness. Palmer is supposedly illness. So what are we doing right back? And obviously we're going to get into team lineups in a second. But what does it mean for the players on the pitch? And I keep saying this. I think there's going to have to be some real big performances tonight. One has to be this guy. Has to be this guy. Because we can't have the same issue as we did against Man City. 3 or 4 or 5 chances created and shockingly missing them. He needs to step up tonight again, and he needs to finish his chances. Jackson was arguably the best player on the pitch and the worst player on the pitch all the same game, which I have not seen before. If he could finish, they would have won comfortably. If Nicholas Jackson would have finished his chances against Man City on the weekend, he would have got man of the match hands down. That would have been one of the strongest striking performances that I have seen at Chelsea Football Club for a very long time if he had scored at least 2 of them chances. From how he played the game, dropping deep, receiving, turning, sprinting, leaving Stones and Diaz and Akanji basically just running like headless chickens to chase him. The link-up play, the hold-up play, the runs in behind, all of this. If he could just find that finishing touch, we would have a player. We'd have a player in him. Tonight is going to be important because he will hopefully probably get chances. Moise says, Jem, what Arsenal player can cause Chelsea problems? Good question. And if there is any Arsenal fans in the chat, please keep getting your questions in. I actually want more Arsenal fans to get involved in these previews as well, if possible, because as much as we like talking about Chelsea, I would like to talk about Arsenal. What Arsenal player can cause Chelsea problems? For me, personally, and we have to make sure we keep him quiet, Odegaard. Odegaard's the one player for me that can, out of nothing, just make something happen. And in them pockets, if receiving the ball on the turn, either taking shots from outside the box or playing a little tricky through ball through the middle of our defence, if you give him enough time on the ball, he will punish us. He will punish this Chelsea team. The one thing that we've done very, very, very well, and we did last game round with Odegaard, is Enzo and Caicedo played so deep that Odegaard's position got kind of eliminated. So what Odegaard then had to do was find himself on the wings more. And this is what we've been doing against Man City, and I've noticed we're doing it against a lot of the bigger clubs. We're forcing them to play outside on the widths than we are in the middle, because we know if we get played through the middle, we're in trouble. So Enzo and Caicedo's jobs that they've been doing, the 3 times against Man City, the 1 time against Arsenal, these are all intricate, important reasons why I think we will play in the same way tonight. Cut out the middle bit where Havertz might be playing if he ain't playing up front with Odegaard, and eliminate them from receiving the ball as much. So when they're playing out from the back, Arsenal always look to try and find Odegaard or play to the wings. So for me, Odegaard's one that we need to be careful of as well. The other one that I would say that I worry about is this guy, because he's just got a habit of scoring goals. That's if he's playing. I worry more about him coming off the bench more than anything. He has got on the eye for a goal, and I don't think any Arsenal striker or forward in the team has the type of eye he does in their team. So he will cause us problems. If you create for Trossard will score. That's just Trossard. Keep Odegaard quiet. I'm resting Enzo tonight, not going to lie. Well, is he going to do that? And this is my problem. Is he going to be relentless? Is he going to, not force, but kind of like ask, based on the game recently as well, is he going to, is he going to force players to play tonight? Out of, in these games, we'll have to wait and see, But yeah, I think Odegaard and Trossard are 2 that I would say we have to be careful of. That could cause us problems. But Jackson, for me, has to step up and he has to take his chances. Now, going into the right back position, obviously, we're going to do a predicted lineup soon anyway. We have 3 options. And I want to put this out there for you guys as well. I want to know what your thoughts are, and I want to know everyone in the chat's thoughts. Who is playing right back tonight? Disasi, Chalobah, or Gilchrist? First, I'm going to ask you, who would you play? Secondly, I'll ask you, who is Poch playing? Who would Poch play? Who would Poch play? That's what I want to know. If you can, guys, let us know. Let us know. So, what do we have? We have... Well, I have nothing yet. I'm waiting for people to confirm. Okay. Chalobah is what Calby's saying. Ashraf says, honestly, Gilchrist, Chalobah hasn't played a long time ago in right back, and Disasi is horrendous. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Disasi, unfortunately, Poch will play Gilchrist. Should play Gilchrist. So a lot of people saying Gilchrist. Jay Dixon says Trevor. Jay Anderson says he doesn't know. Would love to Gilchrist to start. Got a massive job to do if he does. Me, Chalobah, Poch, Disasi. Okay. I think we're in a bit of a hard position now. You got to think about who he could be up against. It could either be Trossard or Martinelli. I've got a feeling that Martinelli is going to start tonight, which means he's going to have pace and he's going to run at people. Now, I don't want to see Disasi playing right back against Martinelli. No way in hell. Do I think Chalobah's a bit more mobile to deal with it? Yes, because I've seen Chalobah up against Luis Diaz in a right back position and done very well in it. Do I think it's a good position for him? No. But in terms of what we require, Chalobah on the right would make sense, in my opinion. Gilchrist is a good shout. But again, I think it's just these type of games are a bit too early for Gilchrist. I don't know. Maybe he would come and prove us wrong. Passion, getting stuck in on Martinelli. Maybe that is the right answer. I don't know. But at the same time, I could see him getting absolutely skinned. But could Poch do something stupid like this? Could he put Cucurella right back and play Chilwell left back? Probably. Could we see Cucurella and Chilwell playing tonight? Probably. Would he do something like that? Yes. Should he do something like that? No. Did you not see the last time Cucurella played on the right back position? My goodness. No way. And I mean, Couch is in here saying this as well. I mean, Couch, you really want to see Cucurella right back? Do you not remember the Man United game away? Does that not sink in? Do you remember that? Why would you choose Cucurella? Hey, Couch, if you're free, come up. Rise up. Rise up if you're free. I want to talk to you. Rise up if you're free, brother. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just doing something. Let's come up on my phone. My trips. AJ's in. Big up, AJ. I will be in
yes, sir.
AJ, what you saying?
What's going on, my brother?
We're all right, bro. We're all right. We're just talking about our disaster injuries with Cole Palmer and Gusto both out for tonight. And we're now just debating who is the right player to come in and play in that position tonight up against potentially Martinelli. Now, Couch is saying he wants to see Cucurella there. And I remember Man United away, and I was not impressed with Cucurella right back. It was a shambles. But Disasi equally is as bad.
I hate Disasi right back. I hate Disasi.
I mean, Chalobah is a bit more mobile, in my opinion, in being able to maybe do it. But then there's Gilchrist as well. So what would you do? And what do you think Poch will do?
My thing is, don't we have academy players? It's like we forget about this, Gilchrist is there. So if it's between these three and the tweet, I'd probably go Gilchrist because Chalobah needs to continue at center back. He's playing well at center back. Why are we changing that? There's no need to change it. If one person is out, Gusto is out, just make a direct change. There's no need to make 4 changes for one person. You understand? Now, is Chilwell in? I heard Chilwell is out too. Didn't they say he's out?
Chilwell's. I don't know with Chilwell yet. We need to check. Let me check the Chelsea site actually and see what's going on.
I think he's out. I think yesterday they said that he got a new injury or something like that.
Well, if he's injured, then Cucurella is definitely not playing there. Cucurella is definitely not playing in there. That's for sure. I need to find out. Let's have a quick look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a quick look, mate. What we got here? Injury update. So we have Nkunku, Sanchez, Chilwell's undergoing medical. Oh yeah, Chilwell's injured again.
I don't understand how. He made that one run, didn't pass the ball, and I guess he got injured off of that.
Nkunku, Sanchez, Leslie, Ben Chilwell, Gusto, Cole Palmer, Colwill, Wesley, James, Lavia. From getting it down to like 4 or 5, we've now got up to like 10 again.
Yeah, we back.
Ridiculous, man.
We back, baby.
We're back, and it's a pain. You know, Madueke go. It will be Disasi. It should be Gilchrist, is what Couch is saying. Well, in that case, Cucurella is definitely not playing there, in my opinion, as well. Just before we go into the team lineups, which we're going to do in a second, and talk about what we think will happen. There was this comment this is stat on Pochettino against Arsenal, which I wasn't impressed in. Has never won a Premier League away against the Gunners, drawing 4 and losing 3 of his 7 visits to the Emirates. Jeez.
That's not a good omen right there. That makes it weird.
I just feel there's a lot of things that we're going to have to do right tonight. And when I spoke with there was an Arsenal fan here who asked me, who are you worried about in the Arsenal team that could hurt you? And I said, Odegaard. And I said, Trossard, if he's playing. Because they're the 2 players for me that Trossard, I feel, is capable of finishing at any time. If you create for him, he'll finish. He's their best finisher by a mile for me. Odegaard is just that creator, that eye, that vision, that like cutters, you know. And
he's
what we done very well in the first game round is we used Caicedo Enzo so deep, like we did against Man City the other week. So deep so that Odegaard couldn't, you know, like so De Bruyne couldn't play, so it forced him to go wide. Do you remember I keep saying we forced teams to go wide rather than play through us? I think we will have the sort of the same setup tonight in doing it. And I think importantly, we have to make sure Odegaard does not get as much of the ball. Like we have to cut him out.
I agree. Everything runs through him, you know, everything runs through him. So they all look to him, you know. So if we could stop him, I don't understand. I don't know how we do it. You think Gallagher playing the 10 or, you know, I don't know, man. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
Will we put Enzo on? Because Enzo's not 100%. I know he's training again and stuff, but really and truly, he shouldn't have played as much as he did in the Man City game.
Yeah. He played 90. Or did he play 90?
He played
like most of the game he played.
No, because Gallagher dropped in, didn't he? So 80, 70, 80 minutes still, you know?
Yeah.
Should we start Carney? Interesting.
Why doesn't he start? He needs to start.
I think Enzo shouldn't play tonight, personally. I think we should stick Gallagher and Caicedo in the pocket. But my issue is, I think why Enzo must start is because we haven't got Palmer. And people go, well, they're not the same. But they are, for me, in a degree of the creating element.
I get it.
You know, so it's like if you haven't got Palmer doing all them, like you want Enzo to be at least on there, able to pick out a pass. If Jackson's going to make a run or whoever's playing up front's going to, he's got the vision to do that. We know that.
Yeah.
You know? Can Gallagher and Caicedo do that? I don't think so. I'm a bit worried about that. It's a very like flat, side to side, work hard, run around, and
it's more physical.
It's more physical. It's not going to give us that offensive like push, if that makes sense.
But at the same time, you know, maybe for the first 60 minutes we need that, you know. Maybe for the first 60 minutes we could have Caicedo, Gallagher, and Carney, you know. And then maybe Enzo can come on for the last 30 minutes, you know. Try something different. I actually want to see something a little bit different today because I'm tired of seeing what we've been seeing for the past like 8 months. It's getting stale now, man.
So let's do this. We're going to do what we want. Line up. and then we're going to do what Poch is going to do, yeah? So we've got 2 different options, guys. You can get involved as well, guys, if you want. Send me the link, I'll jump on. Okay, cool. Let's do this. We'll get Alex in as well. Let's have a quick look. Let's get Alex.
What are we doing? 4-2-3-1? 4-3-3?
Well, I'm going to say, yeah, 4-2-3-1.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's get some people in. Couch is coming as well in a bit. Sorry, I'm just getting messages, guys, as it comes in as well. So it's the missus, man. You know, she's on my case at the moment, so I'm having to respond back to her. Look, let's start with the goalkeeper because we know who that's going to be, right? There's only one goalkeeper that comes in at the moment. Even though there's one on the bench available, I still think Petrovic over Sanchez. Like, is there still that debate for you, AJ? Sanchez or Petrovic?
It was honestly, once I saw Petrovic for like 2 games, like the first 2 games, I'm like, we don't need to see Sanchez again. I'm good on Sanchez. Not saying that Petrovic is the best thing out there, but it's just a little bit more controlled, you know, like Sanchez just adds more madness to the team. We already have enough mistakes in the team, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I agree. I think he has to, you know, go to a back 5. I don't think he'll change it like that. I think we'll stick to what we saw against Man City. I think it'll be a 4-2-3-1 that turns into a 4-3. It'll just, you know, whatever. With the back 4, what are we saying there? Cucurella on the left. We've got no choice, right?
Cucurella.
Who's your 2 in the middle? It's a question.
I guess, you know what?
If it's Havertz up front, he's going to try and be physical. If it's Jesus, he's going to be a bit more like Alvarez, right? A bit more.
I think Thiago could handle Havertz. I think their strikers, I think our center backs should be able to handle it because they don't really create for their strikers like that. They more create for their wide players. And then Havertz might get a header or something like that. I feel like Thiago and Charlie should be able to deal with that. More create for their wide.
Yeah, 100%. I agree as well. Alex, welcome. Nice to have you in. On a rare occasion, it's nice to see Alex on one of the live shows. You know, it's good. Alex, how are we, bro? I'm assuming you're going up to the game tonight.
I am, mate. I am. I've got my tickets. Where are they? Got my tickets in here. I'm going with Nina. Don's coming down as well, and we've got Matty Gav as well. So 4 of us together. I'll be honest, boys. I haven't watched the rest of the stream, to be fair. So I don't know if you've spoken about Palmer or not, but I was a lot more confident before than I am now. I mean, do you feel the same?
Of course.
100%. I mean, without Palmer and Gusto, that's your whole right gone, isn't it? When you think about it, you know, 2 of us like informed players, you would say as well. I mean, what's your thoughts tonight then? Right? Palmer is a bit of an iffy because they're saying he's ill, but they've not actually said fully he's out the game. It's just that he's ill. So we could see him on the bench, but Gusto's out. So, I mean, we're talking about the back 4 at the moment, Alex, and obviously the right backs area has now become a bit of a problem. Obviously, Reece James is still on his way back. Gusto's injured. We saw Disasi up against Doku, which I don't think any Chelsea fan likes to see off the right. Then you've got Chalobah. Then you've got Gilchrist as well. I mean, what would you? Because at the moment, this is based on what we would do, not Poch at the moment. So, what would you do now with the right back area?
I think what I would do differently. I mean, I'm just looking at how do you actually get a result, right? I'm not looking at playing good football. I just want to go out there. I'll take a point. And I think anyone who thinks any differently, you think we can win that game, you have a lot of optimism, more than me. Because without Palmer, I just can't, and Gusto, like you said, I just can't see us causing many issues. I mean, I love Chukwuemeka. I don't know if he's fully fit yet. I still feel like we should be careful with Chukwuemeka. I would have started him in so many other games, but I'm actually glad that we haven't, just because we've had so many players that have come straight back into the squad and then we've had to push them out again because of injury. So that's nice to see that we're actually easing one of our best players in rather than, you know, just throwing them in the deep end. 3 games later, they're out again for another 3 months. So for me, I go into this game happy to take a point, looking to not lose the game, if I'm totally honest. But I don't think Poch is going to do that. And I think that if we go out there and try and play football, maybe we'll get a goal. But we know we're going to concede, and that's where I'm struggling. I don't see us outscoring Arsenal. I don't see us putting the pressure on at the Emirates. I don't see us lifting when we've got a hostile home atmosphere. The title race is on. For me, it's just one of those games where, with our best players, we had a chance, but I'm not seeing any magic without Cole Palmer, to be honest with you.
Interesting. So, sticking to that right back area, who, if you had to pick someone out of Disasi, Chalobah, Gilchrist, who would you put in?
Me personally, if I was sitting back and I had, and well, with the City game, I would have probably bought on Alfie Gilchrist because we already had Chalobah on the pitch. But I mean, it really depends who we put in the middle. If we play Silva and Disasi in the middle, I don't actually have anything against Chalobah on the right. He's actually done okay on the right before, as long as he doesn't push up too much. But then again, you've just given Gilchrist a new contract. We know why it's such a short deal, because they're probably going to look to sell him on anyway. So at least if you're going to give the guy a chance, give him a chance. Raise his transfer value, or better still, give him the chance to get a new deal on top of that. He's come in and looked pretty good at times. I don't think I could say he's done anything terrible. He hasn't done anything special either. I know he scored his first goal the other day. But we've really got nothing to lose in terms of risking a player like Gilchrist. Give the man a chance. We play all these bums every week like Sterling. Why can't we give one of our own a chance? So that's the way I see it.
Fairs. Couch, welcome. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're well.
What's up, fellas? Good to see you all. Big up chatters and whatnot. Big game, massive game. And I'm kind of have to come in and dovetail off of what Alex was just saying. I just think that, Gilchrist, to me, when he comes on, he's the most committed. He's the guy that seems like when he comes into the game, he's giving you something, the right sort of energy, the right sort of commitment and whatnot. And that's what I want to see. I don't think that we should be going into a game like this and dismantling something that was working. Obviously, the partnership between Chalobah and Thiago Silva has been good the last two games, despite losing to City. I thought that they were good in a partnership there, and they were also good in the partnership against Everton. So I want to see that continue. So I know Poch is going to play Disasi because we've used him there more than we use Gilchrist. Gilchrist usually just comes on and sees out the match. But in terms of what I want from the right back position, I just think that it'd be better if we have somebody like Gilchrist, a little bit more mobile and can get touch tight, doesn't get dribble past easily. That's the kind of thing I want to see on that right side. But
and he scored.
We
he
know.
Scored last game.
I mean, yes. I mean,
Disasi hasn't scored. I mean, well, he scored.
He scored.
Not from the right back,
He certainly scored. He certainly scored. But it's just. Yeah, I'm more about just seeing the continuity in the back. I want to see a CB partnership continue. Chalobah's earned the right to start again in that position and see if he can build on those performances.
So I'll put Gilchrist.
Is that the right Gilchrist?
What is that?
That's the only Gilchrist I've got. All right, so we're using that one. All right, that's Gilchrist.
Oh Lord,
no, that's pretty bad. To be fair, FIFA, you need to sort that out, man. What is this? So the two in the middle. I'm assuming. Again, this is what we would do right now. This is not what Poch is doing. This is what we would say do with what we have available. Would it just be for me? It would be Thiago Silva and Chalobah. I think we have to stick with the continuity that we've seen. Right? I don't think we should be chopping and changing and throwing into Disasi. I think Chalobah and Thiago Silva are two defenders that should be able to deal with the Arsenal forward line. If it's Havertz, like AJ said, Havertz. If it's Jesus. Even Trossard to a degree, who I think is out of all of them is the one that I worry about more than anything, because he has that eye to finish when you create enough for him, right? He is the finisher for me. So, I mean, would you agree with me? Would you agree, or do you think that Disasi, Badiashile, what? I mean,
no, you've got to keep the stability, haven't you? Yeah. And the continuity as well. Like you guys were saying before with Petrovic, don't cause any problems that don't need to be there. If we start with the simple back line, players that we know are going to work together well. I mean, apart from Gilchrist, we haven't seen him enough, but you still know what you're going to get from him, and we can say that with all of that back line. That they're the least likely to let us down. Although I still feel like there's going to be a moment of magic from Arsenal at some point, like you said about Trossard as well. He reminds me Jota. You know, when Jota first came for Liverpool, nobody really talks about it, but actually he's one of the most dangerous forwards, and that's how I feel about Trossard. But I mean, if we get a clean sheet, I think it's a miracle. I don't even think that should be a
Clean sheet.
No.
That's tough. Look at the back four.
I'm open draw or a 2-1, man. We're not. I don't think we're keeping a clean sheet at the end.
I think we're going to win 3-0, and Jackson's going to take every single chance that he gets. Like, I mean, look, we're going to go into the midfield now, and like I was talking earlier in the show, saying about Enzo, and I was like, you know, he came into that Man City game, but he wasn't. Even though he was available, he wasn't fully ready. You know, are we going to now bring Enzo into this again, or do you think that maybe Gallagher and Caicedo could be the pivot today? What are we saying?
I'm going Gallagher Caicedo because, again, my mentality, my approach to this game is we need to try to be a little bit cautious this first hour, you know, because I want to ruin Arsenal's title charge, you know. That's my goal. I hope that's Chelsea's goal. I feel like Poch should be preaching that to the team. If you're serious, you understand? Like, these things matter, you know. So I think I would go with Gallagher and Caicedo because we want that energy for the first hour. Then Enzo and the nicer, more technical players, I think, could come on, like, you know, after that 60 minutes when the game.
Are we just assuming that like Enzo's not playing because he's still not 100%?
He's not been 100% all season. We've just
I mean, so what's the difference between now and, you know, even a month ago then?
No, there is. I mean, we have to force him in. But
he was actually out this past weekend, or
no, he played. He played.
Wasn't he sick or something the game before that?
Against City? He played.
No, he was still at home, wasn't he? Newcastle.
Yeah. So it's not so much his hernia as much as he was just getting illness, right?
Everton. Everton. That was it.
Yeah, Everton. That's what it was.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the guy's carrying a hernia issue anyway. To be quite honest, we have no choice. We have no Lavia. We have no Leslie. We've got Carney available now. Like, we can't even rotate the guy if we wanted to. You know, it seems like we're just playing the midfield because we have to play, even though we want to see that midfield. It feels like sometimes it's a bit forced because we've got no other options. You know. So, do we go with the three of Gallagher, Enzo?
I don't see why we would change it. I don't understand why we would change it unless there's an injury that prevents somebody from like giving you, you know, 60, 70 minutes, you know.
Well, we could change it because maybe the approach is different, you know. Maybe we want to go full, you know, physical. You know,
so who would you put at the 10 then?
I think the problem is Cole Palmer not being around.
You know,
I'd probably put Mudryk in the 10 actually, because if you're looking to take on the counter, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to produce the goods, but he seems to do a lot better in the 10. Like, even from what I've seen, he always tries to glide inside. Ever since, was it the Leeds game? That was when he played in there. I think that he naturally tries to gravitate towards the middle rather than out wide, which is crazy to me with his pace. But I mean, I don't know about you boys. This is just screaming part of the bus to me, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I hear that, but I wouldn't want to play Mudryk in the 10 if we're playing. The middle part of the pitch is going to be so important. And I don't think
if we have Gallagher and Caicedo in there, right?
That's legs. That is legs.
We've got a lot of legs, and then you want your wingers to track back, and Mudryk isn't good at that. So that's where my thinking is with him in the 10. And I think Jackson would probably be more willing to do the work because everyone criticizes him, but he does work hard.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's an issue. Sometimes you need a player who's just going to give you a moment of magic in these games, and there's not many moments you can look at with Mudryk, but you take what you can get.
I think Carney's another one that could probably play in that 10 role really, and offer like the offensive side of it, but also the defensive side as well. If Enzo isn't
risking though, do you like honestly? Because me personally, I don't mind him coming off the bench. I'm still like, okay, cool, but I just don't feel comfortable starting Chukwuemeka knowing that he can have another few months out.
But was he on the bench for the City game?
Yeah, I
think he's been fit for a couple weeks now. You know, we just
even still, like, look at what we did with Chilwell, with James, with all these players when they come back, and you're like, okay, they're finally ready, and you give them a 90-minute run out, and then
I hear it.
I just don't see enough caution, and I think that's one thing I will give Poch credit for is I think he's starting to realize actually we've got to be careful. It's better to almost take the short-term hit, knowing that 5 games down the line, a player's going to be properly ready, and then you can actually get a proper run out rather than getting 2 or 3 games out of a player and then going back to square one.
I hear that. But if we look at the game in 2 different parts, you know, if we look at it as like in the first hour and then the last part of the game, you know, you don't think he could last 60 minutes?
I don't want to risk it. That's what I'm saying. I really don't want to risk it.
I think my big issue in all of it is that if we're going to go there and set up like we did against Man City and concede possession, I think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to sit there and we're going to try and make it hard. And then when we get the ball, we're going to try and move the ball quick and break. That's what I think we're going to try and do. However, if that game plan doesn't work and we go 1, maybe 2-0 behind, I don't think we've got a plan B. That's my issue. You look at the bench, it's like, what are we going to do?
We don't.
That's my worry.
Pick up a striker.
If this plan doesn't work that we're used to seeing like against the bigger teams, who can we rely on to try and get us back in the game? Like, we haven't got that. You know, that's a big issue.
I mean, even just with the players that are out right now, like Palmer out, like there's no way to really play any other way other than just trying to hit them on the counter. Like, even with Palmer healthy, I don't think that we have a plan B. Like, we just don't. So for me, I'm kind of like leaning towards just playing a wild card and just putting Carney in the number 10, because he does have those clever touches. He does make influence when he gets into the final third. It might not be a bad look to have him in a game like this. This is a wild card to give us something different to think about, because I know what we're going to get when we play Gallagher there. I know what we're going to get when Enzo plays a little bit deeper and whatnot. I just want to see something a little bit different just to give this opponent something else to think about. And to be honest with you, I trust Carney. I trust his touches. I trust him on the ball and whatnot. I feel like he can make the right decisions in the crucial moments, and he has a goal in him. So all those reasons are why I think that he should start, but I doubt he will. I just think that's going to be what we've seen before. Gallagher in the 10, Enzo and Caicedo in the pivot. 100%.
Well, then you've got to also think on the flip side of it. I think it's very important that, like we did with Rodri, that we have someone on Rice. You know, I think someone's going to have to deal with that, because you don't want Rice being the one dictating the game, winning balls, playing free, because he's got the ability to do that. We've seen him been doing it for Arsenal most of the season. So it's having someone in that position with legs to be able to deal with Rice, in my opinion, and not give him that time on the ball and receive and turn and stuff like that. So, all right. So what we're saying then with Caicedo, Enzo, Carney, or no, Caicedo, Enzo, Gallagher. Is that what we're saying?
Are we doing ours or Pacha's?
As.
Because I'm saying Caicedo, Gallagher, Carney. That's what
What
I'm
saying. What did you say, Couch?
I'd like to see that too.
I mean, like tactically, it looks great, but I just don't. I see something bad happening. I
think we gotta risk it. This is a game that we need to win, bro.
Real.
Or we need to get something out this game, man. We need to have
I
something.
love Chukwuemeka, man. Like, I completely agree with you boys. I really think after Palmer, he is the next best thing. And you know, people think it's crazy, but the football we played in pre-season, the link up that we saw, even against West Ham, the goal, that was a snippet, mate. And we were going to see so much more from Chukwuemeka. And I mean, it's all excuses at this point. But if we can get him back fit, I don't know if Nkunku's ready for any of the games until the end of the season or not.
No,
like we really have a chance. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. For me, I just feel like even if it's 2 or 3 games, take the hit and then come back, and we've got a solid foundation for the end of the season. Yeah. And we know that Chukwuemeka is a starting player. I mean, that's not even a conversation. He starts ahead of Gallagher in that 10 every day of the week. Even Poch will do that. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you need the legs as well, especially with that system.
But he just can't seem to get rid of Gallagher. That's my issue. It's like he has to have Gallagher in the team all the time.
No, but in a weird way, you do, because half of the other players, well, not half, but there are players who just don't carry their weight. You know, Mudryk does not carry his weight in terms of defensive work on the pitch. Sterling doesn't do either. Madueke doesn't do it.
Shoehorn him into teams. That's my problem. Like, it's not
shoehorning though, because I actually think that like the problem I have with Gallagher in the team more often than not is the position that he takes up. Like, I don't like him as a winger. I don't like him as a number 10.
Yeah,
I like him as a number 6, number 8. I think that he's more effective in those roles where you're not depending on him to be the offensive conduit for your team. You know what I mean? So if he plays a little bit deeper and he's just like using his energy, breaking up play, getting on the transition and whatnot, then he's fine. He's fine. It's just the positions that we play him in right now are just not conducive.
Yeah, so whose fault is that then? It's system based, isn't it? Again, so we got to look at Pochettino, right?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So what we're saying about the front three, obviously, I think Jackson's gonna. We ain't got no choice. We ain't got anyone else, have we? Washington.
What about Washington, man? What, you hating on Washington now?
Yeah. Jackson's going to lead the line. Will he take his chances? Will he not? Everything else about his game is very good. We was talking about it earlier. He holds the ball up well. He carries it well. If he could actually finish, if he had that like sort of clinical,
He'd be elite. He'd be an elite player.
Oh yeah, that 35 million
elite player.
Peanuts. He would be unbelievable because he does everything.
Let's not forget that he has scored a few goals in this league as well, and he's 21, 22 years old. There's a lot of time to get that stuff right. Like I wouldn't write this guy off as
you just can't miss the chance.
We can't write him off. We can't.
You can't do that.
Even after everything, he's still him and Palmer has gave us the most output. You understand? Like there's no way to write him off. We'd be foolish.
Well, I think a lot of the pressure now Palmer's out the team falls on him when we create. Obviously, I know he's number 9 and everything, but I think even more so now. He's going to have to if we get a chance, he's going to have to take that. If it lands to him and we get the chance, he's going to have to finish it. We can't see what we saw against Man City.
That header was just horrible, man. The header was the one that killed me. I was just like, I'm watching this guy cannot head the ball, man.
He looks scared to head it. Yeah,
you're looking like that, like a striker that can't head the ball. Like in those areas, can't pick a side. That to me is just like that's amateur level. Like
it is
like amateur.
100%. So what we're doing on the left then? What we saying?
Oh man, our left wing is just so like it's because it's between Sterling and Mudryk like 95% of the time. Like, and these two guys are just so inconsistent. Like it's insane. But I guess Sterling hasn't played in a minute, so I could see him being the one.
It's Sterling for me.
Sterling, Alex. Want a bit of Sterling tonight?
At least you know what you're going to get with Sterling. You might get a 5 out of 10 with Sterling, but with Mudryk you might get a 3 out of 10. So there you go. That's what we've got.
And the man in the papers for the wrong reasons, I'm assuming, on the other side. Yeah, are we going with him?
Jem, I remember when we did these player ratings 2 years ago, whatever.
Look at that team, man.
Times have changed.
Oh Lord,
that team is actually really bad, isn't it?
Shit, mate. So bad. But
look at this team, man. Jeez.
Scares me. So, what will Poch do different to what we've done here?
Well, he's just go try tested and true. Obviously, like there's no way he's gonna leave Enzo on the bench at Emirates. So I'm almost certain he starts.
So you think Enzo comes in, Gallagher goes the same old as what we saw?
Yeah. I mean, and in the interest of continuity, it probably makes sense anyways, right?
Yeah. Do we have anyone available in midfield apart from Enzo?
No, that's the problem.
Didn't you say we're risking Enzo as well, though?
Oh man.
Wouldn't Enzo be considered a risk if we're saying that?
Oh, you're right. I wouldn't risk Enzo. Me personally, I'd probably. Oh, mate, this is depressing. I don't know what to do. I mean, if I was going to do anything, I'd probably play Mudryk in the 10. But then I wouldn't want to play. I wouldn't want to play Sterling, Mudryk, and Madueke together. There's not enough energy.
It could be something like this, though. It could be like Mudryk, Sterling on the right, because Sterling's played on the right before, already. Mudryk on the left. Yeah, maybe something like that.
I like Sterling on the right too. I actually like Sterling on the right.
I mean, the one thing I like about Sterling, the one thing I do like about Sterling, different to the other attackers we have, is that I know he will come and support Jackson on the breaks. Like, you'll get that. He will make runs in behind. He will come. He will do that. He just runs, doesn't he, in behind a lot, And I think, like with Madueke, I feel like against the Man City game, even though he's very direct and he dribbles well, I feel like he sometimes just doesn't do enough with the ball and he just fizzes out of games. And I know Sterling's not great with the ball, but the one thing with Sterling, if we're playing counter football, is that he will run. If there's space, he will run into it, and that equally will free up Jackson. especially up against Saliba and Gabriel, off the right. So I'm thinking, I think Sterling's quite important tonight.
I agree with that. I think Modric, he tends to isolate himself from games, and then Madueke tries to base the whole game around himself, which then doesn't help the team either. So, you know what you're going to get with Sterling. But, yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of optimism looking at that starting 11.
Jackson to miss a one-on-one. Calby, I know. Tell me about it. I hate it. Only if we had Nkunku up there, right? Or at least in a 10 or something. If Nkunku was available, you could have just stuck him in the 10.
Even if we had Ugachukwu, though, right? Like Ugachukwu in this game, that would be brilliant. Just another defensive player that could come in and solidify things to give us a little bit more freedom when we go up.
This can't happen.
Anything.
Hell, oh my Lord.
This can't happen if he ends up scoring 2 goals against us. Can you imagine?
He's going to celebrate in front of the away end as well.
Guaranteed. You're going to be there.
I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a pain. It's going to be an absolute pain. But no, it'll be interesting because the other thing that I always find, and we'll talk about the manager a bit now, Poch himself. The other thing I find with Pochettino sometimes in games is that he sometimes overthinks, so overcomplicates things. He'll just do something really stupid, like you'll see Cucurella over there, and then you'll see Badiashile on the left. I'm just giving you
no, he's not doing that, man. I've never seen that.
Yeah, he did it against Brighton.
He'll do that.
He will do that.
In game.
He did have Cucurella as a right back against Brighton, but actually, to be fair, Cucurella played really well, so it did work. But
he put Coral left back for God knows how long. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got it.
Yeah, I think the reason that Colwell played on the left, though, I think people think that Pochettino wants him there. It's because he wants game time, and he wasn't going to get game time as a centre back, so he moved him to the left just to get him in that team, a bit like Gallagher, which yes, you could say is wrong, but I do think that Pochettino thinks a little bit longer term with a lot of his decisions, especially when you look at not making Thiago Silva captain, things like that. He's looking at seasons to come. If you make Thiago Silva captain this season, for example, you know that that's the right decision, but also he's not going to be here. So I understand where he's coming from with some of those decisions, but also I understand why people think they're silly, and they are from a game by game standpoint. But I mean, the injury
Disassi in it today as well. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Disassi started.
No.
It could be like that. Not like that. We're Silva.
What?
We're Silva. No. We're Silva. It could be like that. As well. Oh, not Neymar. Thiago Silva. It could be like that with Chalobah on the right potentially. Maybe.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like Silva and Disassi next to each other. They're just both cover type defenders. It doesn't work.
Silva and goal as well.
It's so easy to get up. That's probably the easiest.
What am I saying? This team stinks. That's what I'm saying.
What team we do? We ain't got a good team. What do you want to do? Pick us.
I know it's depressing. That back four, I saw that straight away and I was like, that looks horrid. Like there's literally.
What would you play?
No, that's the problem. That's the issue. We don't have any other options. So I'm just saying how it is. But
do you think Cucurella is? Do you like Cucurella?
He's average for me.
Yeah, I like him in terms of he's better than Chilwell. I like him, but I don't like him as like my long-term left back. No.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, so I'd probably get a new left back, to be honest with you, and we need to get this department of the medics sorted out, because how is Leslie out? Lavi is out, and we have to play Connor.
Chilwell's injured again, by the way. He only done that one sprint, and he's injured again.
But he needs to go. I've been saying this time ago, and Chilwell needs to go. That's not even a question. He needs to leave. But because vice captain,
he's just not healthy. Even just from the position where he's just not healthy. He's not helping the squad. Like for the last 3 seasons, this guy's been injured. Like even just for that reason alone, the guy he's a vice captain.
Yep.
Jem.
I don't know why.
You would play Sterling on the right and not in the middle, and then you wouldn't play Noni.
No. I'm saying it could go this way. I'm not saying Noni would.
Oh, are you saying this is what he's gonna do?
Yeah, this is what I think.
I don't think he'll play Madrid from the start.
Well, then in that case, it will just be Sterling on the left.
Yeah, I think he'll play Nani. Yeah.
All right.
Because I feel like I think he'll identify the left back position for Arsenal isn't that strong. Whether it's Kivior, Zinchenko, or Tomiyasu, there's either a right foot player, a player who could invert, or a player who's actually not that good defensively.
What is Arsenal's weaknesses if they've got any? If
left back,
definitely their left back.
Their left back and right back are their weaknesses. Like their fullback positions are weaknesses. So if you can have balls over the top, pause for Sterling and Madueke, then you've got opportunity to run in behind, similar to Man City, how we did it on the weekend. But obviously, we won't get the space in midfield to launch those balls as much. So that's where the issue is going to come. That's why we need Connor to basically stick on Odegaard. Then we need Caicedo and Enzo to occupy that gap in between. Else Rice is just going to get that ball and just sweep all the time.
I think Gallagher will occupy Rice, and I think Enzo and Caicedo will play closer to the defence to stop the hole of Odegaard like we did against Man City. So they don't go through the middle. They kind of get forced to go wide. And that's what I think we're going to try and do again, get them to play as wide as possible rather than through the middle of us, because it's game over. I'm telling you, if Odegaard gets the ball in the middle and he's turning.
I would rather run a play go through the middle. I think that's just where we're strongest, to be honest. I'm worried about them shifting it out to the flanks and being able to use Trossard or even Martinelli 1v1 against who do we have there? Gilchrist and Cucurella or whatever. I'm more worried about that. I think that if we can control the middle area of the pitch, which is still probably where we're strongest, we might stand more of a chance. Because for me, this game is going to be about the midfield for me, and I have to see Caicedo have a performance in this game. I need to see him be the player that we bought, be that guy, dominate the midfield, win the duels, win the battles, recover the ball, and then just release it to somebody like an Enzo and stuff like that. That is imperative to win the midfield battle in this game.
He's going to need to have a big game, isn't he, really and truly? And sometimes maybe just a bit more than we expect. We need him to just do a lot, I feel like. We asked Caicedo to do a lot, in my opinion, in that midfield anyway.
Yeah.
He's on his own, really, when you think about it most of the time. But obviously Enzo's there. And I think Enzo does well off the ball. People criticise him for being someone that's not great defensively, but he does well in these bigger in these bigger games. His position's all right. He picks up positions quite well. He closes the gap. He wins ball. He gets stuck in. He hasn't got that. It's not like he's not used. He's not great at defending. He's good at putting a foot in. He'll get stuck in.
It's not that he's not great at defending. Is that what you just said?
No, I'm not saying he's great, but I'm saying he's bad. Okay. I just think he can do a job. It's not like he's. I'll give you an example. Cesc Fabregas was great at doing the other thing, but when it came to getting him to drop deeper and play, he just had no clue. He was bad. He just couldn't do it. Enzo's not bad. He can still drop deep and do a job for 90 minutes if he has to. And do you know what I mean? He will fill in holes. He'll get stuck in. He'll cover. He'll go out wide. He'll get about.
He's a willing defender, but he's not.
He's a willing. Yeah, he's not great at it, but he's just willing. Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. It's going to be about taking a chance.
I just hope, Jem, it's not like what it was last year when we played them, where they literally score from the off. They literally scored. Cut back from, I think, Zinchenko, and then Odegaard had two of the same goal. The same goal he scored twice. Cut back goal. I'm really worried. I hope this game isn't lost within the first 15 minutes. There's just no point.
Set pieces is a worry for forward, he says. We're not great at corners, are we, really? Alex, you go to a lot of games. Corners is atrocious, isn't it, with Chelsea?
Yeah. Free kicks, all of it. We saw the Madrid free kick. I'm struggling to see where. Yeah, you boys are right. We're gonna have to pick on Zinchenko on the left or the right side as well. I'm just struggling to see where we get anything from. I had hope a few days ago. I really did. I thought I predicted a 2-2 draw. I said, right, we can actually get something out of this game. We'll concede 2 goals, classic. But I think we'll score as well. We've got threats. I don't see a threat. I just don't see it. I don't see a threat. I think that we'll do better defensively than people think. I don't think we'll concede straight away. But if Poch tries to go out and win this game, we'll lose. I think he needs to just take a hit and go, right, boys, today's not the day for playing tiki-taka or whatever it is. Sit back, play for a draw, and that is the best that we're going to get out of this game. And if we get a 0-0, I will be the happiest man on the planet, because first of all, we get a clean sheet. We know that's a miracle. And it shows that we've actually got a good bit of grit and we can stop Arsenal from winning the title. I mean, forget corners, forget anything. Where are we good? You know?
Yeah.
Where are we good? Our goal scorer's not available. Our best defender, especially over the course of the whole season, is not available. We're debating whether we're going to play Disasi, Chalobah, or Gilchrist as a right back. I mean, that's where we are. So
yeah, but it had to be against these lot, because they're fans. I swear they are. They'll win and be like, "This is why we're the best team in London." And you're like,
Chelsea is so cursed. We just get injured at the worst time. You know what it is? We get injured at the worst time, and then we get injured to the most important players at the worst time. We don't do it. There's no one or the other. It's just
the starting 11. The starting 11 that is in injuries right now is probably would have been all-star team. You know what I mean? Like it's the amount of players that we have in injury.
Imagine Colwell, Fofana, James, Lavia.
Oh my gosh, man! I almost forgot about Fofana. I forgot he was a Chelsea player, man. Jeez.
I pray to the day that we see all of them in the team. I pray. You know, it'd be lovely. Nomadic says that she's got a weird feeling and staying optimistic that she thinks that we might take our chances tonight and crash shithouse against Arsenal and end their title hopes, which could happen. We've done it against Spurs, you know. It could happen. Big up, Alex. I think you just did. Got to go now. Thanks. Big up, Alex. I think it could possibly happen. Nomadic. It's in our blood to do that. Even with a bad team, we could just do 0-0 it all the way to the 85th minute, and then I don't know, Mudryk runs through on goal and puts it bottom corner, and we win the game 1-0 or something. Like it
would be typical Chelsea for us to win this game, though. But like, no one expects us to. We're writing, injuries. Then we get like a draw, like a 1-0 win. But it's not going to happen. We're going to lose.
Don't lose. If we win, great. If we draw,
you never pick a win. It's like
no. I'm always
like it's 3-0. We're still gonna lose.
No, I can't see it. I can't see us winning.
I always pick a win, man. Even we lose,
I always pick a loss or a draw. The worst one was the Brentford, when we drew the Brentford game, and then the Sheffield one was the exact same. And I told you, man, in the chat, I was like, it can end up 2-2. And then you were like, nah. And I was like, look, they scored.
Can definitely pick up forward in the chat, man. What you're saying, Ants, he says, can definitely see a world where we set up, have good 60 minutes before the game turns, and Poch is slow to react. This is the key this is the big thing that a lot of us are saying that lets us down with him. People go, oh, you're going to blame the manager for losing. But we'll play well for 60 minutes, but it's how you respond and how you react, and then it's down to what he has available as well to react.
Thank you for finally making that point clear.
Yeah.
People ask you to change the game with freaking Casadei, Gilchrist. Like, you're not changing the game with these.
No, I agree.
You have an impact still, though. You can have an impact with what you do, though.
Not some sort of impact in those guys, man. Like, I have a problem when he doesn't change it when he actually has a bench. But when he doesn't have a bench, you're like, look, he waited till the 78th minute to bring on
Carney.
David. I'm like, what do you expect him to do, man?
No, but what I'm saying is, effectively, we can set up very defensive. But at the same time, if you don't play Mudryk or Madueke, one of them will be on the bench. You've got Carney, who could be on the bench. There's still
Carney should start
there.
Carney to play in this game.
I don't get it.
His doing is he could get out. He's press resistant, and he'll get out the press. And then the way he dribbles, he carries the ball. He'll draw fouls at minimum. Or he
wasn't doing it against Man City, though, Ches.
Huh?
He wasn't doing it against Man City
when he came on.
Are we talking about Madueke? Who are we talking about?
Carney.
Carney.
Oh, so I thought you said Noni or something. Nah,
this is a good game to start it, man. I agree.
Yeah,
this is a good game to start it.
He's strong.
Perfect game.
You're able to deal with the physical kind of the attributes of the game, and he's good at, for example, putting his head up. He's one of the only players in our team who, when they get the ball in a good area, they actually look up.
Yes.
The pass, even if it doesn't work or not, or he gets tackled, he has that what's the word? Forward-thinking kind of attitude in the game, and we need that against Arsenal. I don't want to be getting the ball back and Enzo's looking up, doing a
No one
20% accurate pass, or you Caicedo, who's going back to his defender because he's scared of losing the ball because he's not a great dribbler. That we know what's going to happen in it.
And Carney's very good in the final third.
Because it's a fact that Gallagher is going to play, right? Like, there's no denying.
Yeah, Gallagher will play, but
okay. So I would play like pivot. Just bear with me for now. Just bear with me.
I'm
still going Enzo Caicedo on the pivot.
Hey, let me go. I want to see Couch. Come on, Couch. Spit facts. How are we winning tonight?
Man, you're really gonna put me on the spot like this?
Yeah, we need to know. Come on, let's go.
Body and shield. No.
Silver and gold.
I'm just for argument's sake.
Go on.
I know it didn't work, but just in terms of like, we're talking about holding them off for 60 minutes and then trying to spring some sort of a trap on them for the last 30
Give me your formation.
So I'm saying the same formation, 4-2-3-1, Enzo and Caicedo in the pivot, Carney in the 10, and then put Gallagher on the left.
Oh, that is definitely set up to not lose, or try to anyway. Yeah.
No, that's a good team, man.
That wouldn't be bad, to be fair.
That's a good team.
Yeah, but he gets a little bit like when you put Gallagher on the left. My only issue with it is you expose all his energy from being over here and over here, and he's kind of like stuck here and doing what he needs to do. And I'm not saying like we ain't got players to deal with this side, but I kind of feel like when his energy is sort of just roaming around, it's more useful than it is him just being told to hold and then make a break behind Ben White and try and bring us up the pitch and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if
there's no perfect setup with him in it. Yeah. So let's just be real, but
yeah,
I just think that this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to, get somebody that's a little bit more clever in that number 10 position and is also defensively okay. And then also have somebody that is a little bit more defensively aware on the left flank who can track and whatnot and give us a little bit more solidity on that left flank.
Yeah, because I wouldn't trust Cucurella versus Saka on his own. So we need Connor.
See, I would play Sterling on the right personally if he ain't playing there. Because I just feel that Jackson's going to be too isolated, and I think with Sterling, at least he will do that. Do you know what I mean? He'll go and help him up there. Like if we do get a chance, do you know what I mean? Like he'll make them runs. As with Madueke, I
think Palmer's going to play in this game.
Well, if Palmer plays, then where does he play?
If Palmer plays will be the same team versus City minus obviously Gusto.
He'll probably play in the wide spots, to be honest.
Isn't he sick or something like that though? Like
they said he missed training yesterday, but obviously they haven't said he missed training today. Because
there's no way we can try this setup without Cole Palmer.
You don't train on the game day.
Yeah, don't they train on game days?
No.
I don't.
Big up, Helu. Helu says there's no way we can set up this way without Cole Palmer in the team. She's saying you need to have at least someone in that. So you don't trust Carney in the middle.
I feel like people will step up. This whole narrative that Carney is the best player is all doom and gloom isn't true. Like, these men still have their own pride. Like, who wants to be known as, imagine you're a player, Cole Palmer don't play, I can't contribute. Like, imagine thinking that, like, Noni or Jackson thinking, I haven't got Palmer, so I don't need to score. Like, these men probably for their own pride want to score, no? Look at the penalties. They definitely want to score.
They owe us goals, though. They owe us goals because they want the goals handed to them when they're not scoring the goals during the business time, So, and I actually like this setup, Coach. Only thing is, I just think like in the for the midfield, and first of all, Palmer is probably not going to start, but I think Enzo. I just think, all right, bro. I think we should put Enzo on like in the second half, yo. I really think we need to keep it. The first half, we cannot give up a goal. We have to keep it as tight as possible, like in the midfield and in the defense.
Can't play in Kunku in Arsenal.
Then bring in Enzo.
Yeah, I mean that could work too. I hear you trying to be a little bit more solid and mitigate what they're trying to do in the first half and then switch it in the second. I don't have a problem with that either. I just think that the mentality of this team is to always be forward thinking first. There's no defensive structure. We've already talked about this at length. We don't have defensive structure. So it's always on the front would always go. in the spirit of that, I think that this team that is here right now, that probably maybe not. Obviously, I don't want to play Chalaba. I don't want to do that in the back. But like as far as balance goes, there's more balance here.
Yeah,
Than,
I agree.
well, of course, Paul. I don't think Palmer's going to play. But we'll see.
The highest we can do is 5-2-1. No, 5-2-2-1.
We haven't played good with a back five. I think we played it like maybe twice.
1-2-2, 5-4-1. Fuck no, this is whatever. But yeah, who knows what we'll do, man? Who has a clue? Right, guys, match predictions. AJ, what we saying? What we going with?
I'm going 1-1.
Going with a draw. Okay. Who's scoring for you tonight?
I'm not even sure, bro. Maybe Sterling.
Going with a Sterling goal. Okay.
I'll go Sterling.
Couch doesn't give predictions, but are we going to get a result tonight, or are we going to take an L tomorrow when we do the match reaction?
I can't give predictions until I see how this team starts, and you could always tell what Chelsea's going to show up. First 5-10 minutes, you'll know what you'll get. So hit me up in the chat. I'll let you know what I think. But right now, I'm just seeing. I just got to see what team shows up. This team is just too young to really have a real prediction about what they're gonna be like, right? So, yeah, I want to see us win. Obviously, I want to see us win. I want to see us at least get a result, and we're capable of that even with the injuries. And that's the biggest testament to the squad that we've assembled right now. The fact that we can still be optimistic about winning, having lost Nkunku, Palmer, Lavia, freaking Reece James, all these guys like the Chilwells and whatnot. We can still go to the Emirates and impact the game, right? We have enough players to do that. So let's just hope that they take their chances and provide us with a memorable performance.
We have, but one thing about Chelsea is we've been good at ruining things, and I think
Nomadic's on it today. Big up Nomadic, man. Big up Nomadic. She feels like we're gonna win. She's positive. She feels like we're gonna nick one. I wonder how many of the entire players Leicester are considered injury prone or have a history of injuries, because the fact that the whole injury list would probably be the start 11 is crazy. Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
The real prediction we want to hear is who gets the ball first if we have a penalty.
Sterling's taking it. Sterling's taking it.
Yeah, Sterling. If he's playing, if it ain't Sterling, I'm gonna go Enzo. I think he might be that. Yeah, man. Enzo.
I go with either Madueke or he missed two. Didn't he miss at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, he'll take it, man.
Yeah, Enzo missed one.
I'm taking Madueke or Jackson, to be honest. Let
Jackson.
them
play. Is Madueke in trouble because of that laughing shit? Or is that
in trouble for really? In trouble for what?
No, he's all right.
I see an uproar about it, but I don't know why. But
I don't understand what these people.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with 2-1 Chelsea.
That would be a blessing.
I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to score.
Really? We'd have to score if it's going to be 2-1.
Yeah. We're going to score first. Sorry. We're going to score first.
Jackson?
And then I think in and around the 60 odd minutes, 50 minutes, they're going to score and they're going to get all excited, and we're going to think it's going to be doom and gloom, and then we're going to score at the end.
Get a penalty, nick it,
I think we will have in the game. That ain't a penalty, like I don't know, Gabriel, because Gabriel has got a bozo G's in him as well. Let's be serious. If you put enough pressure on that guy, he'll do something stupid in the game as well. So I'm just going to say 2-1. However we do it, I don't know. I'm going with a 2-1. Caicedo and Mudryk dagger is what Matic saying as well.
I would love to see Caicedo score in this match, man. And like I said, I still think that this is the game that he has to show me that he's got to take control of this game, man. Like big matches like this is why you get paid the big bucks, man. Like everyone, I want to see him dominate in midfield right now. This is a game to do it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be on the back of the Wembley game as well, which wasn't long ago. I mean, Arsenal had a game late, didn't they, as well? To be fair to them, so can't really say much. But it's going to be a challenge. Could Chelsea stop Arsenal from winning the title? That's the big question. Or will it go on to Spurs? That's the question. Big up, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction. Listen, we're fixed. We're fixed at the moment. 1 p.m. shows every day at the moment. You're getting them thick and fast right now, guys. We're getting them thick and fast. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in it. But tomorrow will be a good match reaction, I'm sure. I don't think many of us will be too deflated if we lose, because I think it would just be.
Nah, I don't want Arsenal to win the title, bro. We have to.
No, I don't as well. Trust me. I hate their fans. Their fans are the worst fan base. But at the same time, if we've got no Palmer, no Gusto,
this is our last trophy.
This is why I'm getting my shisha out.
They're not winning the title regardless, whether they win tonight or not. Well, they're not winning the title. We just want to have influence on them not winning the title. That's what it comes down to, and I agree, right?
Yeah.
Who's playing 10 if Nkunku returns? Well, Nkunku can play on the left. Palmer can play 10. Palmer can play right. Nkunku can play 10.
I'm literally watching. What are we talking about here? He's not played kickball in like months. He's not fit.
I know, but what he's asking is, how would you fit him in? Which is what I think Hayes is trying to say. So for me, like I said, you could do anything with them two, because they could both play in the same team. Irrelevant to it, because he can play off the left, Palmer can play off the right. They can both play in the middle. Like, it just gives you options.
Interchangeable.
Podge's mentality will dictate this game, is what AJ says. Great stream. We will be there tomorrow celebrating derailing their title. Hey, listen, if we do, we're going to celebrate 100%. 100%. Listen, we don't care. If we're having a crap season, it doesn't matter if we stop them, man. It doesn't matter if we stop them, Let's shit house it and get it done, man. That's what we've got to do. And listen, I'm not looking for a performance tonight. I know you probably are. I just want us to just not lose. I don't care how we do it. Do not lose. Do not lose. That's all I want to see. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. See you tonight. Up the Chels. Let's go. The blue side going over to the Emirates of the crap side. Let's get the win or the draw.